Hey, what's up, guys? We're here in San Diego, California, in Pacific Beach, and we had a pretty good time today. We did a little bit of infield, and Richard approached, I don't know, like what, 6 girls today? So that's pretty cool. But one of the things that we want to know is, we want to know a little bit of your experience, right? We want to go from the very beginning to kind of like where you're at right now. So my first question to you is, since you've been working on your social skills and you've been kind of talking to more people, getting out of your comfort zone, what are some things that you've really felt like has improved in your life when it comes to this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that doing the cold approaches to women has actually carried over into a lot of other aspects of life that I wouldn't have expected. So, for example, at work, during meetings, or when I'm doing presentations about projects that I'm working on, I'm less anxious and nervous before I do those. Whereas before I started talking to women in public, I was more nervous about just talking in front of large groups of people. But it's kind of helped me get over that, and also in just other social settings like family gatherings and hanging out with friends and stuff. It's a little bit easier to talk to people than before I had started doing this. So those are some other benefits that I would say.
Nice, nice. Those are a lot of good benefits right there, I must say. What are some things that you felt like you had kind of like limiting beliefs that you kind of overcame and still overcoming up to this point? You know what I mean? Because I feel like we all when it comes to talking just to someone randomly, especially an attractive girl, we all get into this point where we're a little oh man, it's a little daunting, it's a little bit intimidated. So what were some of the things that you had before going into this? Anything like that?
Yeah. So I'm definitely still trying to overcome some of them, but I guess it's just very deeply biologically rooted into our brain, because the anxiety that you feel talking to women, because it's basically the sexual selection, if a woman rejects you, or if you're having trouble with that, it's telling you that you're I guess fundamentally your genes aren't worthy of propagating to the next generation. So I think that's probably where where the limiting beliefs come from. And maybe also because human beings used to live in smaller tribes, so maybe part of our brain is also wired to be more careful about talking to women, because maybe growing up, or in the far past of human history, there weren't as many opportunities. But in today's world, it doesn't really matter as much, because there's tons more opportunities to talk to women. So
Okay, so that was really good what you just said. Getting really deep into it, especially the tribal days. I definitely agree. My other question to you is this, right? Now that you've gotten rejected, right? A couple of things that I want to know is before, how were you feeling of the rejection? How are you feeling now? If a girl rejects you, you know what I mean? Your mindset a little bit different.
okay, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely not as big of a deal as I thought it would be, because I guess the first thing that you have to do is come from a place of personal confidence and security, and if you have that, then someone else's, a woman's rejection of you based on a few minutes of interaction isn't gonna affect you that much, because you know that you have all these other qualities that are good about you. So if someone doesn't see that for some reason, or just makes a false assumption or anything like that, then it shouldn't affect you.
What can you say about having an active lifestyle? Before you you're working from home, right? You're spending long hours uh, on your computer. The whole new norm is work from home, right? What are some things that you did now that you kind of got more exposed to women, and what do you see the difference since you've been able to, do other things in your life, have an active lifestyle?
Yeah, yeah. So that was definitely, I noticed that was a big change going from like college to graduating college. Like definitely like in college, I was like exposed to way more women like my age just in class and walking around and everything. And then when I graduated, um, I was like basically never seeing any other women my age because I didn't have an active lifestyle. I was just like working from home on my computer and then maybe going to the gym. Um, yeah, not really doing much else. But then I transitioned to having a lifestyle where I would put myself into more public places, such as working from different coffee shops or doing fitness classes, like group fitness classes, besides just going to the gym and working out by myself, like at 45. And also like joining different groups on Meetup website, like different networking events, and what else? Oh yeah, and like also like playing pickup soccer
Oh yeah.
mainly. That's because that's kind of my sport. But that's also another way that I've been like making friends and doing social stuff. Yeah, and yeah, kind of all of that has just had the effect of like making my day-to-day, week-to-week life like more exciting, and yeah, it's yeah just like more fun to meet people and like mix things up as opposed to just working from home.
Yeah, that's really great. That's awesome what you just said. That's a huge value right there. One of the things that I want to ask you is, now that you're going into those places, like, what are some realizations that you're coming across in your head, like, now, because like you got in the state, just like you said, right? You're working, you were in college, saw a lot of people, getting exposed to a lot of women, college campus, friends of friends, people everywhere, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're done. You have a real job. Now you're working from your home. Now the exposure completely just diminishes. Once that diminishes, you realize that like, you actually have to put a little bit of effort in to actually get exposed to women on the reg, or just the people in general, right? So now that you're getting exposed to women, what do you notice? A couple of things, like when you're at coffee shops and stuff like that, so that, like, other ways of like how you can initiate conversations there with women, and other realizations that you want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess yeah, it kind of seems like women at these places that are like by themselves are kind of also going to these places to like meet people and like get talked to by guys. So yeah, so I guess like coming to that realization has helped me to like overcome any like anxiety that I might have had before about talking to them in these places. Like even though they're strangers, like they're also like kind of in a similar position. Maybe they're having like a sort of like boring lifestyle. Maybe they're working from home too, and they just want to like see other people and like be social. So yeah, so coming to that realization is giving me a little bit more motivation as well.
I mean, that's a huge thing we just talked about. We talked about a lot of things, but having an active lifestyle is super important if you are working from home, because you're not going to get exposed to anybody throughout the whole week, right? And what a lot of people do is that they wait for the weekend to, that's when it's their social time, and they're waiting for, out of 5 days of the week, they're waiting for one day or 2 days, or maybe every other week to go and talk to people. So, if you make up the numbers there, and you want to meet women, it's going to be hard for you to meet your dream woman if you're only getting exposed to women a certain amount of time. So that's why it's so important to have an active lifestyle. Make it that's your new lifestyle basically, right? And when you are talking to these girls, right, you have to understand that if you're at the gym and a girl's really attractive and she's fit, most likely she also wants to find a guy who's fit too. I mean, it's the interest as far as the when you do meet women, it's gonna be right there. All the interests that you have, right? You love the gym, you love working out. So if you love working out, you probably most likely one of your check marks off, like, one of your bucket lists to get what a woman is, a woman who takes care of herself and who's fit, right? So where are you gonna find them? At the gym, right? And same thing goes with the woman. If a woman wants to find a guy, a long-term mate, one of her things that she wants her guy to be is she wants the guy to be fit, takes care of himself, right? So the gym is such a great place to attract women there because they're looking for a guy who's fit and who has the same type of interests and passions, and like likes to also work out as well. And same thing when you go to a coffee shop, right? If you go to a coffee shop and like that's what you like to just like not work from your home because it's a little bit boring, right? But you make it more fun by going to different places and people watch a little bit, right? You meet women, and those women, same thing. They don't want to work from their home or their apartment or whatever. They want to go out, and in the back of their heads, they want to meet a guy. They want to, like, I would say, like, run into a guy, right? Run into a guy, but they want a guy just to sweep her off her feet. And this is where I feel like a lot of guys that these days, because of technology and dating apps, we use it as a buffer to really go after what we want. And like it's the guys who go after what they want in their life in these situations, like a coffee shop, for example. You see an attractive woman, aren't going to be the ones who are going to succeed and who are going to be with their dream girls. And when guys are saying, "Oh, what a lucky guy," you're going to be like, there was no luck involved. There was just a working of my skills. And that's what dating is all about. It's about improving your skill set in that aspect, right? The better that you improve your dating skills, the higher quality woman you're going to attract. That's just the truth. And so that if you don't ever work on it, you're never going to have the woman that you want, right? So these are the things that we're working on the daily, on the weekly, so that we can keep getting better. So thank you so much, Richard, for the interview, man. It was really awesome. If you feel that this video helped you out, make sure that you share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm making YouTube videos every single week that are going to just be giving practical advice on dating and relationship. So make sure that you guys do this. Another thing too is if you're also in a place in your life where you also want to get results, just like my client, go from, maybe you're a shy introverted guy, you have trouble being able to meet women, being able to talk to women in real life. That's probably the hardest thing as a man, right? To just be able to do this. And you want someone in your corner like me to go with you one-on-one, okay? If you live in the San Diego, Orange County, Los Angeles area, I'm only working with a handful of guys when it comes to helping them out with exposure therapy, being able to work on Infield, okay? Me personally coaching you one-on-one is game changer. It's going to transform your life. Now, I used to do this a long time ago. I don't do this as much anymore. I mostly do online coaching, so there's only a couple available spots left for me to work with you. But if you're going to apply on my website, make sure that you actually can have the funds to invest in a program like this, because this program is not cheap, especially me coming with you one-on-one, okay? But the transformation that I see when I go with my clients, when I go with them, is literally life-changing. Like it's crazy to see the transformation that I see when I'm with my clients in person, right? So, the clients that I work with, they're already very successful guys. They already have their financial resources set in place. They have a great career, but they lack their social skills, their communication skills, their ways to be able to communicate to women in real life and being able to approach them and being able to get dates and be able to find their dream partner. This is the stuff that they have challenges with, right? So if you're in that same exact boat and you want to get help, make sure that you apply on my website, and we'll talk soon, okay?